Building a remote cabin is useless if you can't get to it. The path to the off-grid tiny cabin was all but ruined during construction, so something had to be done. It's a question for anyone thinking about homesteading or building from scratch. Without spending a fortune, do you have the tools and wherewithal to build a road? Maintain a road? Watch how we solve this particular problem with a simple 80-year-old piece of equipment some may call junk. And please subscribe below so you never miss what's coming next.
Hi! What are we doing today? I got a helper today. We have a cameraman, my son Joshua. This is my grandson Caleb. We're gonna get this Harrow going out today. The driveway going up to the ridge cabin is a disaster. That thing is nothing but mud, more or less right now. Just making the cabin over the course of last summer and last fall, it destroyed the grass. And so we have a choice. We could either put gravel down or something like that on that road, or what I'd rather do is just, we're gonna harrow it. We're gonna get this probably a 85-year-old piece of equipment out here, and we're gonna make that nice and smooth, and we're gonna reseed some grass. We're gonna seed some grass. And that way, all I have to do is basically run the lawnmower up and down a few times a year and it'll be good to go. I don't want to spend the money on gravel, and I don't want to have to maintain the gravel. Then you got to grade it. What do you do with the weeds? So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to muscle this thing on the forks, which, by the way, these forks are very handy if you're moving logs, if you're moving long things, if stacks of wood, pallets, of course. These forks are highly recommended if you have a utility tractor like this. It's just a 28 horsepower Kubota, but it works out really well, really well. So we're just gonna hang this on here for now. We're gonna back it out, get it nice and secure, and then we're going to yard everything up to the road entrance and go from there. Okay, make sure we have everything loaded up. I think we need a few more chains and maybe some wire in case we need to rig it all together. Go back in the barn, and get a yellow container.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Getting out to the Red Moose Ranch is something special for us. So is spending time with family.
Okay, we got this far. We're just inside the gate. We're heading up to the ridge cabin up there. You'll see it right up on top of the hill. Okay, and so we got this Harrow. This is a Harrow, for those of you who aren't familiar with 80-year-old farm equipment. A Harrow. And back in the old days, this is what my dad used back in Iowa, where I grew up. Whenever we seeded oats, first he'd plow it, then he would disc it, and the last thing you do to make it nice and smooth is harrow it, and that's what this is. It's just a real simple tool. It has These, well, see, it's an old tool. This thing is made out of actually two different models, because you can see by the gears and the levers here. But you can see the teeth will flip to different angles depending on how aggressive you want them to dig and how deep. So I want to smoothen this out pretty good, so level this off. So I'm going to be fairly aggressive, and I'm going to try to get them both about the same. Yeah, this is an old one. We got this actually right after the fire, so we could level off the pasture and reseed and whatnot. So yeah, we're just going to try to chain this thing up. We're going to hook it right onto the blade with a couple of chains. So this thing simply drags behind the tractor or whatever you attach it to. That's all it does. So we're just going to hook it up in a kind of a rudimentary fashion, and we'll make it work. Okay. And we may have to readjust on the fly. I'm guessing we will. Oh, by the way, the guy running the camera, he has a really cool YouTube channel, Takedown Sniper. If you like outdoors, hunting, things like that. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, here's my other chain. Does that look like it'll work?
Looks good to me.
We'll figure it out one way or another. All right, I'm gonna do a test drag and just pull ahead about 20-30 feet, see how it rolls, see how it drags, see if anything's getting caught, if we need to make any adjustments, and we'll go from there. Young man, you want to stay there for a second? Where it's digging in the high spots, kind of floating over the low spots, which is what you want. That's what I want anyway. I'm trying to smooth this whole thing off a little bit. And then once I do it 2 or 3 times, we're going to sow some grass just by hand, a little cedar. And then I'll probably do it again to cover up, and we'll go from there. Let's get to work. It seems to be doing its job. It's taking the high spots off, it's leaving some nice grooves. I'm gonna run through this thing probably twice more, but I'm happy so far. It's certainly doing its job. And then twice more, and then I'll seed it, and then we'll do it one more time. Isn't this fun? Okay, here's the road so far. I'm actually pleased. We made 5 passes total, twice back and forth and then once up. So we're at the top right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to seed what we just did with that little deal. I'm just going to quickly walk behind it. And we have, I think it's 30 pounds or 40 pounds of seed. Okay, it turned windy on us, so we're trying to play the wind here when we're doing this seeding. So, you know, it's not a science. We'll get them in the ground one way or another. Get this grass growing. But look at that. That was $100 I paid for that Harrow. I think it did a fine job. Good investment for someone who wants to live out in the middle of nowhere and keep a road smooth.
Well, the roadbed is smooth and the grass seed is in the ground. Now we just wait for that perfect recipe of sunshine and spring showers. Tune in next week as we continue working on the off-grid tiny cabin. If you like this video, hit that like button below and be sure to share it with others. Until next week, this is Life on the Moose.
Thanks for watching Life on the Moose.